Hello Tactician, it is once again Mythic Journey time. And today I'll be showing off Lucius, because somehow I managed to get him to the legendary star during the second repeat of his release event. Full disclaimer, I do not like Lucius very much, because the best use of him is to let him die over and over while the rest of your team is doing their thing somewhere in a corner. Which is somewhat ironic, considering just how much I love automating stuff. Right, let's get to it. Mission 1. Defeat 6 enemies under the effect of Lucius's passive in one battle. This mission demonstrates how to use Lucius correctly. Get him killed. Any stage with 6 or more enemies will do, but I learned the hard way you want to have some spares if you fight something with battle fatigue. So I would recommend, for example, Elite Mirror Same Hand 25, because there are enough unscarable enemies there and they deal enough damage to kill Lucius quickly.
The first Mythic Journey mission for Lucius is for him to basically defeat 6 enemies through his passive, the Armor of Shrieking Souls. I'm definitely not remembering this one correctly, which is why I'm showing it like this. Now, that means that Lucius needs to die what he does best, die like a bitch, to everyone. And in case you're wondering why I chose Elite Mirror Same Hand 25, well, it's not really because I want the upgrade from here, it's because there are 6+ enemies, none of which are subject to battle fatigue, which fucked up my first attempt at getting this mission done. So now, with Lucius dead, we just need to wait for him to sprout out of the Harlequin like a xenomorph, which happened just now. So that's kill number 1. Okay, now Lucius needs to die like a little bitch again, which he just did. So, and another xenomorph thing going on right now. Nice. That's kill number 2. Probably could camp more in the corner for more less brain involvement needed, but that would be too easy, I guess. Alright, that's kill number 3 and infection number 4. It looks like the Harlequins are running out of steam. Oh, that's kill number 4, and I just need to get Lucius away from Rodbone. Yes, kill him harder. He loves it. Okay, that's the 5th infection. And the 5th sprouting. Once again, get away from Rodbone. Okay, that's the 6th infection. Give it a few turns. The Harlequin will die in childbirth. Gosh, I'm getting demonetized on this one for this, am I not? Well, it's an apt description. And 40k is supposed to be grim and dark after all. And this should be kill number 7, and with that the mission is completed. Moving on.
Mission 2. Deal 9000 damage with Lucius while he is thrilled in one turn. This mission is best done in an arena match. Bring a full melee support team and set up for Lucius to attack a chonker at full health and you're golden. Here, let me show you an example.
The second Mythic Journey mission for Lucius is for him to deal 9000 damage in one turn while he is under the effect of the Emperor's Children trait, Thrill Seekers, which triggers when he A takes damage or when he attacks at something at full health, and it lasts for 1 round. Now I'm gonna hope that the attacks something at full health then counts for the following attack. And as you can see, I think this is best done in the arena, especially with small Lucius, because you can super buff him really hard. So I think this Karn over there is prime real estate for some S-reaming by Lucius. Now I just need to trigger the second div, for which I'm not positioned very well with Ragnar and Anshi, but that's okay. There. Yeah, I think I saw the thrilled thing proc before Lucius's attack, so that should be fine. Now, what's the block chance on Karyan? 30%, so yeah, he's definitely gonna block that fire and not die. What's the biggest problem here? This sucks. I don't think I will win this fight, because I can't kill Galgords, and both Galgords and Snotfloga need to die. I think Galgords is the bigger problem. Oh, nice. Karyan didn't block, so I do have a chance. Ah, okay. Use for Lucius found. He's a great distraction and designated victim. Okay, I need to free up Ragnar while ideally debuffing Snotfloga. So Eldis active should do a trick here. Not the trick, a trick, yes. And do I want to waste ammunition on the grots? You know what? Yeah, sure. Okay. And to get points for style, since Ragnar is incubating Lucius, let's just kill all the spores and pass the turn now. Goodbye Ragnar, welcome back Lucius, mission done, moving on.
Mission 3. Overkill 100 enemies with Lucius. This one isn't gonna be fun, and it's best done in a low-level Fall of Cadia stage with Voxcasters, such as stage 67. Just make sure you have something low focus to do while you're waiting for the AI to finish its turns.
The third Lucius's Mythic Journey mission is for him to overkill 100 enemies over any number of battles, so Fall of Cadia 67 is the way to go. Now, since my Lucius is only Silver 2, I'm gonna support him with Abaddon so that his attack is definitely enough to overkill the Cadian Guardsman summons with 400 HP each. And I'm just gonna hope that he will survive the bombardment on the first turn. And after that, all that's needed is to wait 2 or 3 turns so that the Voxcasters fill the map to prevent themselves from getting close to the kill zone, which is in the southwest. Let's give it one more turn for good measure. Now start killing. Sadly, only the actual kills are gonna count, so this will take a while, but the stage has now pretty much reached an equilibrium, with your only inputs needed being the Lucius's attack and the occasional heal from Rodbone. So I think I can safely make a cut here and come back an hour or so later, when hopefully I have overkilled the 100 enemies with Lucius. So be back in quite a while. So, a few YouTube videos, a few daily tasks in Arnight's Endfield, a wank, a piss, and breakfast later, and I think my Lucius has scored the 100 overkills already. So I'm gonna clear the stage, and hopefully this will prove to have been enough. And that was kinda unfortunate, because, well, now I won't get quite as many screamers, I think. Oh well. Yeah, this map does get annoying to clear out, but that's the cost of it being extremely reliable and hard to screw up with the summons, so I guess I'll just have to take it. And I think that's all the meleeing I'm gonna do. At least the Voxcasters are already gone, so there will be no more reinforcements coming. And good night, sweet princess. So how many kills did Lucius get? Enough! Perfect! Time to move on.
Mission 4. Defeat 2 concealed enemies with Lucius in one turn. This mission punishes players for having already built up all their heroes, because it specifically requires you to use Lucius's active to pull an enemy into another one that is at 20% HP or less, while they both are within 2 hexes of an Eldari Warlock. The second catch is that Lucius's active cannot be used at range while he is engaged in melee, which may be an oversight on Snowprint's part, so you will need to play around terrain features. If you have a ranged Chaos Hero with low enough damage output, I can recommend and will show how to complete this mission in Elite Mirror Same Hand 15. For a solution revolving around a bridge, there is a link in the video's description to a run by Midnight Hawes, who brainstormed this mission with me.
Lucius's fourth Mythic Journey mission needs him to defeat 2 enemies who are under the effect of Concealment, which is the passive buff Eldari Warlocks give to allies within 2 hexes of them, in one turn, which is a problem because Lucius pretty much only attacks 1 unit per turn, and relying on battle fatigue with the Eldari Guardians isn't gonna work, because the concealment itself cancels the battle fatigue trait. Now that means that basically the probably target way of doing this is with Lucius's active, which pulls an enemy from the range of 2 hexes towards him, and can theoretically cause knockback damage if the pulled enemy hits another target in the way. Now the problem with this is that Lucius cannot target this ability at range when he is engaged in melee, which I think may be a bit of an oversight. So we're going to need a cliff, and to line up a bunch of enemies under the cliff correctly, and also have the enemies at low enough health that Lucius kills the further one and with the ability itself probably, and the closer one is below 20%, so that the 20% direct knockback damage kills it. I think that may be achievable, for example, here in Elite Mirror Same Hand 15, but it's gonna be tricky. This is gonna be an experimental run, so let's have at it. My plan here is to bring the Harlequins and the Warlocks to the southwest while running around with Lucius and Typhus to get them to these hexes pretty much. I'm gonna bait the enemies onto Rodbone, and since there is only one target here, the Harlequins shouldn't do their little dance. So now they are exactly where I want them to be. So I'm going to run a little further with Typhus and Lucius. One small thing to note is that I wasn't sure whether the Warlocks can conceal each other, but they can, so that's taken care of. Now, another thing to note here is that this hex is divided from the hex Rodbone is on with a cliff, so that's something to consider. And I don't really know how to go about this, so I'm gonna bait the Harlequins south. They're gonna do their little dance now. Great. Now they shouldn't be able 1, 2, 3, 4 to reach Typhus, so that should be fine now. But I need to bring this Warlock away from the hex he's on, so I'm gonna do this and heal. Okay, getting somewhere, but now the Warlock is still blocking the path because there is a cliff between those two hexes. So I need to bait them out further. There. Moving Rodbone is going to be the most time-consuming bit. And you two keep running around. Okay, the path is now clear. So between Rodbone and the fast Yazagor and the flying Ahriman, I think I got this now. So I just need to complete the round trip with the Typhus and what's his name, Lucius. I already see two enemies with the concealment effect lined up correctly, that's good. Move Typhus further. Ahriman doesn't really need to be there, does he? You know what? I think this is fine actually. This is fine. For now at least. So now my Typhus is going to get in position to soften up this Harlequin. I have removed his crit item, so his damage output will be predictable. And actually the Ahriman being where he is perfectly positioned because my Typhus being something like Iron 2 or whatever, cannot really take too many hits from the Warlocks, and Ahriman is preventing him from doing that. So that's working perfect. I think I can even position Lucius now. There. Okay. This is working better than I expected, to be honest. There. The good thing about this is that it would work with pretty much any ranged Chaos Hero instead of Typhus. The only limitation is that their damage needs to be low enough. So the Harlequins have 850 HP, 20% of that. I would need to do the maths, but there, 171 times 5 is... Oh, I think this is actually exactly 20% because times 5 would be 500 and 355. So yeah, the Harlequin is exactly at 20% HP. So maths says Lucius should now kill him. There, that was absolutely perfect. And I'm gonna use Typhus's active to finish this. Almost finish this. Oh well. And that should be this a pain in the ass mission done.
Mission 5. Deal 100,000 damage with Lucius. This mission finally made me look for a faster alternative to Fall of Cadia 67, and I found one in Elite Fall of Cadia 29. It needs a little more interaction with the game, but it goes so much faster.
For his final Mythic Journey mission, Lucius needs to deal 100,000 damage. And because I don't want to spend another 2 hours in Fall of Cadia 67, I went on an exploration spree and found a map which can work probably even better. So welcome to Elite Fall of Cadia 29, I think. Anyway, here you can get infinite Cadians by positioning somewhat like this and letting the Voxcasters flood the map. Now notice that Lucius is completely cut off, but that doesn't matter because he's at the edge of the map, and in fact is beneficial like this, because now he cannot really be hit, even less so at range, so he will be taking negligible damage. I can give him extra damage by attacking with Abaddon, and eventually the Voxcasters will fill the map and start summoning their summons at the southern edge of the map, I think, where Lucius is, just like that. And now Lucius can comfortably kill one one Cadian every turn for roughly 1000 damage per turn. This is lovely. This is much faster than the Fall of Cadia 67. And I think you now understand how to do this, so I'm gonna make a cut here and come back when I have killed about 100 of them. Be right back. Okay, hopefully that's been enough, so time to clear the stage and see. Please scare the Voxcaster, good. Yep, This is going nicely so far. Blam blam. Blap. And I think this is the last turn. Boom, and done. And is the mission done? It is. Lovely. Alright, so it's time to claim the rewards from the last mission and to ascend Lucius. Where is he? There. Oh, right, no ascension because his LRE isn't over yet and we can't ascend the heroes using the orbs and whatever until the final LRE event is over. Oh well. Anyway, the mission chain is done and so is this video. So thank you for watching and well, I will be back again with something eventually. For now, Kaurin out.